Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you.
He said the Bitcoiners.
It's good to be with you.
Sound audio issues.
Secret Service just told me, sir, would like a little more time. I said, you take all the time you want. You can take 2 hours, 3 hours. The hell with the people that have been waiting out here. But I'm sure they don't mind either. But it is a great honor, and a lot of things are happening in the world. We just heard, you probably heard, that Israel was just attacked, very severely attacked. And Hezbollah looks like. And this is things that won't happen. I mean, you just can't. They have to respect us. They have to respect. They cannot do this. They cannot do this. What they did just now with that attack is terrible. Just happened. And so to all, God bless everybody. This is so serious. They have
Talk
to
about
respect
Bitcoin, bro.
This would never have happened with us.
This is the Bitcoin conference, buddy.
So we just wish them all a lot of luck. This happened as I'm walking on the stage. You probably, most of you have heard about it, but it just, it's a terrible thing. But I'm thrilled to be here in Nashville to become the first American president ever to address a Bitcoin event anywhere in the world.
Let's go, baby. I guess he had to address that.
Anywhere in the world. I want to thank David Bailey for inviting me. Special guy. You know,
Yo, Filthy, what's up, brother? What are you doing? You trying to play some video games?
David, about 4 months ago, was at Mar-a-Lago. I took a picture with him. I mean, he's a nice-looking guy. He's okay.
He's a nice-looking guy.
He
said he's a nice-looking.
I took a picture. It got published. Trump and David Bailey. All of a sudden, your industry went through the roof. So, David, congratulations. Whatever the hell you do, you did a hell of a job. But as
Jordy,
well as
appreciate
all
that,
of
man.
the Bitcoin luminaries and legends here, you have a legends in this room. They really are. Congratulations. Would the legends please stand up? Oh, everyone's standing anyway. That's nice. I used to say, sit down, everybody, sit down.
Cutting the grass. I got to do the
nice
same.
when they stand, including Tyler and Cameron. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Winklevoss. These are great guys. They look like male models with a brain, you know? They're male models with a big, beautiful brain.
A big, beautiful
Michael
brain.
Saylor is
What's
here.
up, Keegan? Michael Saylor's a legend, dude.
Kathy Wood.
Yeah, she's good for Bitcoin, too.
Ron Paul and Rand Paul are here. Vivek is here.
Dude, that dude's smart, bro.
Ramaswamy.
That dude's
Vivek?
he's smart,
Where
bro.
are you, Vivek? There he is. He's great. A man that I call Bob, but you probably know him as Kid Rock. Where's Kid Rock? Where
Kid
is
Rock's
he?
in the
He's
building?
great. He's a good guy and a talented guy and another
What's up,
talented
Jack?
guy. He was so incredible. This one, he went and he played at the funeral of a great fireman who was killed, fire
that
chief,
sucks, Filthy.
killed a week and a half ago at the rally. And Billy Ray Cyrus went and played music for the family, and it was supposed to be so incredible. I've heard so many things about it. And Billy Ray Cyrus is here. Where's Billy Ray? He's around here someplace. And he's great. He's a conservative guy. Said, how did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy Ray?
How's the audio mess up?
Kid Rock was incredible at the convention. You probably saw him. You saw him? He was great. He was great. Another one, Jake Paul. You don't want to fight this guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy, very talented guy in a lot of ways. Governor Joe Lombardo, who's fantastic, and we're doing well in his state. And he's going to make sure that there's no hanky-panky going on. And if that happens, we're going to win his great state. But
Yeah,
you
I don't know.
who he is, and he's a fantastic
He would complain about the audio if it was
Senators,
anywhere else.
Bill Haggerty, Marsha
But in fairness,
Blackburn,
I've been watching some of the convention or the conference. It's been having a lot of
Cynthia
audio
Lummis,
issues. It sounds
Tim
terrible.
Scott. And Tim was great. Boy, I'll tell you, he was such a strong voice for me. He was on so many shows and did such a great job during the primaries. He was incredible. I want to thank him. Special guy. They're all special people. They're warriors. Tommy Tuberville. You know Tommy Tuberville?
I want to check the price of Bitcoin real fast just to see if it goes up. If he says, I hope he says something about backing the U.S. dollar or something crazy. Bitcoin will go through the roof.
John Rose, Mark Green and French Hill, and the next U.S.
68, 327. Let's see.
He's doing very well. Bernie Moreno. Where is Bernie?
It's the only Bernie we like.
Laura Loomer. Some of you know Laura. She's a fantastic person, great woman. And a tremendous developer from New York and Florida, one of the best, Steve Witkoff, and he's got his son Alex with him today. That's an incredible family, development family. They've been supporters from the beginning. Howard Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald.
I wonder if Elon's coming out, dude. There's rumor Elon's there, y'all.
Wall Street. And a whole group of his distinguished guests and a lot of our distinguished guests. We have a lot of other people here, and I won't bother anymore. That's enough. Because we have to talk about crypto. We have to talk about Bitcoin. We have to talk about all these great companies.
I hope he's been educated.
Our country's blessed to have the extraordinary talent, energy, and genius represented in this room. It really is great genius. Not all of you, but most of you. Many of you. But this is the kind of spirit that built America, and this is the spirit that's going to help us make America great again. That's what we're doing.
Dude, he's like, I don't know, dude. He's funny. Low-key, Trump is a funny dude.
And admiration for what the Bitcoin community has achieved.
What's up, man?
It's incredible, actually. I sort of say to my sons, it's like incredible because they know so much about it. They're so aware of it, much more so than people that are a little bit older.
Beans.
But I say this is the steel industry of 100 years ago. It really is. I think you're just in your infancy. I can see it happening. In just 15 years, Bitcoin has gone from merely an idea posted anonymously on an internet message board to being the 9th most valuable asset anywhere in the world. Can you believe that? Is that right?
That's crazy.
That's a big deal. Think of that. It's already bigger than ExxonMobil. Soon
yeah, baby.
It will be surpassing the entire market cap of silver. It's not bad. How about gold? How about gold? Let's go gold. And one day it probably will overtake gold, but based on the way it's going now, it could very well be a possibility. There's never been anything like it, and I don't think you've ever seen anything like it. And most people have no idea what the hell it is. You know that, right?
Yeah,
so
you're still ahead of the curve.
Figure it out. That's going to really be something. Bitcoin is not just a marvel of technology. As you know, it's a miracle of cooperation and human achievement and a lot of relationships that are formed. I just did a meeting, a round table with a lot of the leaders, and it's amazing. There's a great camaraderie. It's really interesting. Obviously there's competition, but there's a relationship, there's a friendship that's developed with a lot of these people. I noticed it. I don't usually see that too often.
Say you're gonna back some of the U.S. dollar, bro.
They want to get each other. They want to kill each other. These guys have a great feeling. Very smart people, too. Congratulations.
He's the best one, Corbin. Best option we got. You like being broke and high gas prices, or
high IQ individuals?
You know,
I'm running against a low
you want to have money again or no?
Her. I'm not even talking about him, her. I got a low IQ.
I mean, I make decent money and I'm even hurting. You know what I'm saying?
The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words: America first. Because if we don't do it, China's going to be doing, others are going to be doing it. Let's do it.
You know, the U.S. does have the biggest holding of Bitcoin.
An America that dominates the future. We have the best economy, the highest standard of living, the safest, the most beautiful cities. And by the way, when I say safest, our cities are going to hell right now.
Filthy said, I work in a red county in a blue state. I want to make it great again, baby.
But we'll work with them, and we're going to get our cities back. We're going to bring our country back. And we really were the freest and the most ambitious, most dynamic nation ever to exist on Earth.
Todd says cult leader. What do you think of that, Chuck?
There now, we're a nation in decline. You know it. We know it. Doesn't sound nice, but it's okay because we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back fast. Right now, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's happened. Even today, when you look at what we just said, that would never have happened if they respected our country. If we don't embrace crypto and Bitcoin technology, China will, other countries will, they'll dominate.
He's right.
And we cannot let China dominate. They are making too much progress as it is. And we want them to be successful. I don't want China to be successful, but we have to be the most successful. That's what's gonna happen. I want the United States to be first in technology, first in science, first in manufacturing, first in
Where's the rocket man, Elon Musk?
And first in space. You know, at MIT, my uncle was a professor there, Dr. John Trump. He would have fit in with this room very nicely, actually. That's why I mention it. And I believe he was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT.
I've learned that in life.
We have a very intelligent family, actually. He graduated tremendously. I think he has 3 different
100%.
degrees, but they said, would you like to stay on, John?
Very good at cheating, they are.
Professor, well, I've got a lot of offers, I assume he said, but I've got a lot of offers. Well, he was there for, I believe, 41 years. When I was in the White House, the head of MIT came to see me, and they presented me with a book on my uncle. He was a legendary guy in the academic world and in the world of MIT. So I understand a lot about what you're doing, and I have great respect for highly intelligent people.
Thank you for the subscription. Brandon, of all names. Let's go, Brandon. Appreciate that, man.
America's destiny is to lead our rivals in everything and to surrender our industries to no one. To no one. You know, some of you are involved with AI, but you also have the same thing. You need a thing called electricity. You need a lot of electricity. You know, AI needs to be really dominant, and China can do it much easier. We have
AI is going to take over, whether you like it or not, Jeff.
Things that nobody thought were possible. You need tremendous amounts of electricity. You need double the electricity of the entire electricity that we have right now in the United States to dominate. And we'll get that done. Who would think we can get that done? But we're going to get it done. We'll be having power plants built.
They're going to use blockchain for a lot of things, man.
We'll be releasing people from certain ridiculous requirements.
We'll be looking back, being like, that sounded crazy, bro.
To make electricity, because we're going to have to. We'll be using nuclear. We'll be doing it in an environmentally friendly way. But we will be creating so much electricity.
AI, dude, a lot of the videos we see now are AI. You're like, was that even real? Was that an AI video, bro?
You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir.
I don't know, Scooby. They got some. They're like David Blaine, dude.
In the Midwest, they just opened. It was very interesting. They just opened up 2 chargers. You know, a charger for.
Hey, that guy that does those videos where he says English or Spanish, he should say Biden or Harris.
But not everybody has to have an electric car, I told you.
No, you should say Trump or Harris.
If you don't mind. Some people want gasoline.
I see what you did there, Term.
Some people want a
yeah,
hybrid.
Dude, it's crazy filthy.
And some people like an electric car. They're
All right,
great.
I'm listening.
I think they're great. I think what he's done is great. And I think he understands it. I guess he probably wouldn't have endorsed me. He knows where I am in this. But he did, and it's just like they did these chargers in the Midwest. There are 8 of them. They spent $9 billion to build 8 chargers to charge up a car.
$9 billion? What is
at that rate, it would cost approximately $12 trillion to put the chargers around. Somehow that's not working. The country would have to file for Chapter 11. We'll do a chapter, you know, it's called Chapter 7 instead of a Chapter 11, but it's the equivalent. No, we have to use our brain. We have to be. We are the party of common sense, okay? We have to have common sense, but what we do have to do is we have to produce tremendous electric for AI and for all of the other things, including the things that you're doing, and we'll get it produced, and we're going to
Corbin,
get it
so now they all of a sudden know what a woman
is.
is.
Compete with China and other countries, so we're going to get it produced fast. This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done.
We're going to make America great again. We're going to make Bitcoin great.
If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made.
He can't make that happen, but that's a great saying. You can't make that happen.
It's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen.
That's good.
No, you're going to be very happy with me. You're going to be so happy.
You're going to be so happy.
He's the greatest guy. That's why I'm proud to be the first major party nominee in American history to accept donations in Bitcoin.
Yeah! Send me your Bitcoin! Let's go!
And they made a lot of them, I might tell you. And I appreciate it.
If Volk gets at all-time highs, you might want to wait for a pullback. It's coming from someone who's been in for a while.
Raised $25 million,
but yeah, it's always a good time.
In Bitcoin, crypto, and others that are very,
because it's either going to go down significantly now or go through the roof just by him talking about it.
Bitcoin and crypto could not be more difficult.
But it's at around all-time highs now.
Opponents can't be. Look, our opponents have gone a difficult route. They're going old-fashioned stuff.
Not financial advice.
We're going to take it right down the middle. We are so different from anybody else in terms of a campaign. First of all, we understand it. They don't understand it. They are blocking your path. They're blocking your way. But I've made it a lot easier for you because the SEC has been very, very tough on you. And now they see that you've embraced me. All of a sudden, people that were under investigation, they're being let go. They're saying, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We love crypto. Let me tell you.
He's right on that. He's right on that.
Will be gone. They will be vicious. They will be ruthless. They will do things that you wouldn't believe. But right now, because of me, they're leaving you alone. So please say thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much. And the reason they're doing that is...
Daniel, what's up, bro? Good to see you.
Some of your great geniuses that talk to me about this subject. I've heard from Vivek. 175 million people in some form are involved with this world of crypto and Bitcoin and all of the others, 175 million. So when they heard that, they said, let's be nice to them, at least until after the election. So I've taken a lot of pressure off a lot of people. A lot of people are very happy today that about 3 months ago weren't so thrilled. For 3.5 years, is that right? Look, he just said that's right. And you know it's right. For 3.5 years, the current administration has waged a war on crypto and Bitcoin like nobody's ever seen before. For those who work in this industry, they target your banks, they choke off your financial services. Have people seen that? Yes? Yeah, they have. Plenty of hands up. They block ordinary Americans from transferring money to your exchanges. They slander your... They
tried to say it was a scam, bro.
Because I said the election was rigged. He said the election was rigged. He should spend the rest of his life in jail for making that statement. Of course, they say it about us, and it's okay, right? No. And by the way, we're doing very well in the election.
I hope Elon comes out. I don't think he is, though.
We lost a candidate recently, crooked Joe Biden. And I thought... We lost this wonderful person. You know, he's actually a terrible human being, if you want to know the truth, so don't feel sorry. And we have another he's the worst human being, but... And I
had 218 shares.
Last night, think of this.
Bro, you'd be goodness gracious.
A very powerful and very strong
What's the math on that?
Religious group, Christians, evangelicals, Christians. And then today I come in front of Bitcoin, and now I'm going to Minnesota to do a rally. You think my life is so great, don't you, huh? But I cover a lot of territory. I go from religion to Bitcoin to a rally. And I don't get it mixed up like other people do.
Dang. Weekend at Bernie?
Where they come out and they say, may God bless everybody involved in the Bitcoin world. But actually, we mean that because you need blessing, because you've got to do something very spectacular. But we had an incredible time last night talking to Christians, largely Christians, a Christian group.
Shout out to the Christian community.
We have a very big rally in Minnesota. Hasn't been one since 1972. Richard Nixon, can you believe it? And I think we're leading Minnesota. but there's some hanky-panky that goes on.
I think exposed has been exposed.
I think we're doing good, so we're going to leave here. We're going to go there for a big rally, but this is such an honor to be with you. Sadly, when we see the attacks on crypto, it's a part of a much larger pattern that's being carried out by the same left-wing fascists who weaponize government against any threat to their power. They've done it to me. Did you see I just won the big case in Florida? Thank you very much. The big case.
He said thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was a big case. That was the document case. I have Presidential Records Act on my side. Biden didn't. By the way, Biden, they said, here's what they said. They said, he's guilty as hell, but we're not going to charge him because he's incompetent. I won the case the old-fashioned way. It's called you win. I wouldn't have wanted to win the way he won. Trump won the case because they called him incompetent. Think of this. So they called him incompetent. So he's incompetent to run for trial, to stand trial, but he's not incompetent to run the country. How does that work? But he's not doing it anymore because he didn't do particularly well in the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Not too many people.
He said not too many people.
Somebody said to me, you did horribly in the debate. I said, why? He said, because there's no way he can continue forward. That's how bad he was. I said, I understand that, and that's exactly what happened, actually. We had a great debate. It was a tremendous debate, actually, and since then...
it was a beautiful debate, actually.
Very beautiful. You have to open the eyes. You have to see what's going on. We have a country
Appreciate
to
that
run.
subscription. We got Jerry coming through. Thank you.
Kamala is worse than Joe. She's worse. She's a radical left lunatic, defund the police, all of the different things.
Chad, is she the original Hawk to a girl or not?
She's got a little honeymoon going on right now, but when people hear about her, and she's against crypto, by the way, and she's against it very big. So I just want to let you know, you got to get out. You got to get out and vote. It should be no surprise that these same totalitarians are hell-bent on crushing crypto and obliterating, and that's what they want to do, and that's what they
very
stated. Well, I mean, they're there right now. You have the SEC, you know what they're doing, obliterating Bitcoin.
I'm behind a little bit. They had sound issues on the Bitcoin conference.
Because Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control. The Biden-Harris administration's repression of crypto and Bitcoin is
this
wrong.
Is live
It's very bad for
and
our
true.
country. It's really quite un-American. As you know, 6 days ago, we officially defeated the worst president in the history of the United States. I believe he was the worst president in the history of the United States. Think of it. Millions and millions of people have come into our country. They've come in from jails. They've come in from, think of it, insane asylums, mental institutions. They've come in as terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now. The same people that you just heard about from Israel that did that in Israel, they're coming in and nobody checks them. Nobody knows what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. They've lost control of our country, and only bad things can happen. So it's not going to be that way. We're not going to let that happen. We're beating them, and we're beating them badly.
Say you're going to back the U.S. dollar with Bitcoin
for our country, and you can't just be a fighter and have your man lose the fight, or woman, but in this case, a man. He's losing the fight. He's down by 15, 16, 17 points. They say that you're not going to win, Joe. You got to get out. He didn't want to get out. He said, I'm not getting out. He said, you're getting out. He said, I'm not getting out. They
forced him out, bro.
14 million votes. I'm not getting out. They said, if you're not getting out, we're going to institute the 25th Amendment on your mental competence. He said, like I said before, I think I'm going to get out.
Did they force him out or no?
Okay.
Did they kick that old man out of the White House? Bro, they put him in a retirement home.
You fight, you're in a campaign. You spend a lot of money, a lot of time.
Can you imagine being the man in power and then they're like, we're putting you in a retirement home?
A new fighter in there. The new fighter is
pull the plug.
Probably my second choice. He will always be my first choice, but she'd be my second choice. And again, if we don't win this race, and I know you're not that political, but you have to be political because your whole thing, I mean, you have a lot of politics involved in what you do. If we don't win this race, This country could be finished as we know it. This country is going to be in bad shape, and we have to be in there. We have to fight, and we have to win. And I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end. It'll be done. It'll be done. The moment I'm sworn in, the persecution stops and the
fun fact, it was National Ice Cream Day when they kicked him out of office on Sunday.
As I'm in the Oval Office, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, do you remember? Yes, I'm an Indian. Yes, she said, I'm an Indian. Why are you an Indian? You don't look like an Indian. No, my mother told me I have high cheekbones. Oh, that's why she was an Indian. So I named her Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new...
He's fired him! He said, you're fired!
I didn't know he was that unpopular. Well, I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler.
Get him out of here! Dude, he's eating it up right now, bro. He's going to say something crazy in a minute, though. Yeah, we're more worried about America right now, bro.
I will appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing.
Our own country's in shambles right now.
Kamala Harris wants to make him Treasury Secretary. That's not good. That's not good. He was Hillary Clinton's finance person. Did you know that? Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? Do you remember her? Anybody remember? He was the finance chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign against a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Not a popular person within the... Actually, she came to my wedding. Do you know that? To our great First Lady, Melania. She came to our wedding, and Bill came to our wedding. But it's amazing things when you run for office, a lot of things change in your life. A lot of things change. As president, I will immediately...
That is true, chat. Everybody loved Trump until he ran for president. Literally, everybody loved Trump.
They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen. And no longer will your government sit by and watch as Bitcoin jobs and businesses...
Whether you like him or not, that is a true statement. Literally, everybody's took pictures and loved Trump and hung out with Trump before he ran for president. It's kind of crazy.
We will keep each and every Bitcoin job in the United States of America. That's what we're going to be doing. Upon taking office, I will immediately appoint a Bitcoin and Crypto Presidential Advisory Council. Would anybody like to be on that particular council? Please raise your hand.
Come on, back the U.S. dollar, bro.
Their task will be to design transparent regulatory guidance for the benefit of the entire industry, and they will get it done in 100 days. We will
check
have
the
regulations,
price. Let's
but
see.
from now on, the rules
What's
will
Bitcoin
be written
doing?
by people who love your industry, not hate your industry, people that want to make it clear and simple, straightforward and fair, people that want to see your industry
Are we going to dump or pump, chat?
Dive. Next,
oh, we're dumping! We're dumping, baby!
Federal agencies
Let's go! I'm just kidding. Either way. Yep, we're down. We're having a little pump right now, but we're down.
Move the creation
$600
of a central bank digital currency. It's over. Forget it. CBDC. There will never be a CBDC while I'm president of the United States. And I will always defend the right to self-custody.
That's good. That's good.
You're going to have a great industry. You're going to have a great industry, and we're going to be fuel for your industry, not demolish your industry. America will once again be a nation that protects property rights, privacy, freedom of transaction, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. We're going to change we're going to go back to the old days when we were a nation that was building, not a nation that was
Let's go back to the Wild Wild West, baby. We're gonna ride a couple horses around.
To provide regulatory clarity, we will create a framework to enable the safe and responsible expansion of stable coins. Do you know what a stable coin is? Does anybody know? Please raise your hand. Allowing us to extend the dominance of the U.S. dollar to new frontiers all around the world. America will be richer, the world will be better, and there will be billions and billions of people brought into crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin.
Appreciate all the likes, y'all. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We're going to do some trucking after this and do some gaming, maybe some XDefiant later on.
The dollar have the story exactly backwards. I believe it is exactly backwards. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The behavior of the current U.S. government is really threatening the dollar.
Kind of true.
The danger to our financial future does not come from crypto. It comes from Washington, D.C. It comes from trillions of dollars in waste, rampant inflation, and open borders while giving welfare and free health care to all of the illegal aliens that are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions. It comes from printing hundreds of billions of dollars to fund endless wars overseas while our cities are like combat zones here at home. 2 weeks ago in Chicago, 117 people were shot and 17 died. Afghanistan doesn't have anything like that. You know, you think about tough places. Look at what's happening with our cities. What's happening in the last 3 years, last 3.5 years, nobody's ever seen anything like it. Think of it, 117 over 4th of July weekend, 117 people were shot and 17 died. This is the United States of America? I don't think so. By the way, when I was president, we had no wars. We had no new wars. We didn't start any. Remember when Hillary said, he'll start wars. Look at his personality. No, I said, my personality will keep us out of wars. But we finished off some of the old ones like ISIS, which they said would take 5 years to do, maybe more. We did it in 4 weeks.
Dang.
We beat ISIS in 4, because we have a great military. And it's not
they was using cheat codes, chat. Using cheat codes.
The people on top are woke, but this is not a woke. I got to see that first.
They were hacking?
I looked at what they did and what they did for me.
They were hacking?
They were unbelievable. They did things that nobody thought were possible. Our real generals and our soldiers, there's no woke. They're trying to get them to be woke, but these people are not going to go woke. I can guarantee you that. With your support this November, we will
just don't go weekend at Bernie's on us.
Common sense to our nation's capital. Because ultimately, it is about, it's not, are you conservative? Are you liberal? Are you progressive? They like progressive. It sounds so nice, right? It'll destroy our country. It's actually become a terrible word. It'll destroy our country.
It's a bad word. You gotta say that. You gotta be like,
back in.
When you say it.
Common sense that we're talking about today, and Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations, and you are the people that are doing it. As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring, and it'll go up with it.
See, even everybody's from Trump.
Economy ever, and we will soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by
I wish Elon would just come on and talk for a second. Where's Elon at?
That America had more money to save than
they kept rumoring at it, hinting at it.
I
don't think it's going to happen, though.
During my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful.
Sounds like you're self-projecting, bro. Y'all are weird.
These numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%, from $898 the day I took office.
That's kind of crazy, though. That was just going to happen regardless, I think. It definitely would have went up.
That was the biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%.
I don't know if he can correlate that with him being in office.
Say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good. When people can't afford groceries or rent, they have no savings to store in Bitcoin. This administration caused the biggest inflation in the history of our country, and that's what's happened. Our people are being wiped out. From the very first day we take back the White House, we will replace the Biden-Harris economic stagnation with a brand new Trump economic boom. You're going to have a tremendous boom. You know, I
thought he said broom at first.
Great analysts out there. Scott, I'm talking about you, Scott, one of the greatest of all. And
who's Scott?
That say the stock market's going up because they think Trump is going to be elected. And if Trump isn't elected, this country's going to go into a depression the likes of what you had in 1929. And I hope that's not true, but I can understand it, and I can understand what they're saying. The stock market gain, they think, is because looks like we're going to win the election. And I don't know what's going to happen with the election. You know, they cheat like hell.
What's up, Sarah?
I don't know what's going to happen. But if we win it, this country is going to be boomtown.
Boomtown!
Booming like it never boomed before.
We're taking it to boomtown!
Includes trillions in new spending and $5 trillion tax hikes. They want to increase taxes by 5. Expiration of the Trump tax cuts to take place. They want a wealth confiscation tax so that when you
reset the audio. There we go.
That you're going to make and all of the people you're going to employ, they want to take away your money in the form of a first-time ever tax and a gigantic capital gains tax that will exceed substantially in many states over 50%. My plan is the opposite. We will lift the workers and we will create savers out of so many people, and we will reward success. We will not punish success. They want to punish success. They want to punish
Don't tax the Bitcoin.
But I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent and deliver massive tax cuts for families and individuals and businesses that produce jobs. That includes no tax on tips. You know that, right?
What about Bitcoin, dude? Let's go. No tax on tips is cool.
I will cut unnecessary and burdensome regulations, fight every day to make America the best place on earth to build a business, including a crypto business. It's going to be the best place. You're not going to have to go to China. You're not going to have to learn, gee, how do I learn Chinese? I want to learn it very quickly. I have a little granddaughter that speaks fluent Chinese. Can you believe it? And it's a wonderful thing, but it's not easy, but you're not going to have to do it. Most importantly, for our citizens,
there's AI translator apps for that.
The inflation nightmare that this administration has created, and we will end it quickly. It's got to end. It's destroying our country. You know, inflation is a country buster. You can go back many, many years to Germany, and you look at what happened to Germany during their huge period of inflation, destroyed the country. It's a country buster. The Bitcoiners. And I say to you that you recognize the dangers of inflation long before most others did. You understood inflation, frankly, better than anybody else. You know that, don't you? If only
stuff is getting out of hand.
They didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you. The trillions of dollars in ridiculous waste approved by our opponents resulted in the very inflation disaster that Bitcoiners had always predicted.
Appreciate that, Christina,
and even
for the subscription.
The value of every dollar was wiped out and wiped out quickly. You understood that, but a lot of other people didn't. The life savings of millions of Americans was rapidly destroyed. And very simply, uncontrolled inflation is a stealth taxation of the middle class. It really is. It's a stealth taxation. I call it the Biden tax. Now I call it the Harris tax or the Harris-Biden tax or whatever the hell we're going to call them. But it's a disaster. It's a tax of 50%. It's a 50% tax. Inflation, think of it, it's a 50% tax on people, 50. This is a human tragedy, and it's destroyed people. It's a national disgrace. It's destroyed everything in its way. It must never be allowed to happen again.
It's a destroyer.
It won't. When I'm president, I guarantee you it won't happen, because we're going to do things that make sure it doesn't happen. They've allowed pricing to get totally out of
Little
control.
Diesel on the track. I see you, Drip. What's up, bro?
Energy, bring it down to levels that people have not seen in many, many years. We had it at levels. We were at $1.87 for a gallon of gasoline. You don't see that right now.
That's
for
true.
4 straight years.
That's true.
Under my leadership, we had effectively no inflation, none. When I left office, it was 1.4%, and then it stayed there for almost 2 years. Remember when Biden said it was 9? I inherited 9%. That was just another lie. Misinformation, disinformation. We gave them a hot country.
Who's lying to us, chat?
We did an incredible job. Never got credit for that. Always got credit for the economy, for the military. We rebuilt the military. We created Space Force. We did so many different things. Never got credit for that. You know what? We gave them a great country with essentially no inflation. And after 2 years, they drove this country, and they drove inflation through the roof. 2 years, cost of living went up, in some cases, by over 50%. And they say 22%. They like to say 22, but it could be much higher, and it is much higher depending on. It does cost more to live now. I can't disagree. Like interest rates that went from 2.5% to 10%, but you can't get the money. When I return to the White House, I will stop the wild and wasteful spending of this administration. I will end the endless wars. They never stop. Again, we had no.
Drift says it costs $100 just to wake up in Cali.
Your favorite president, President Trump. We had no new wars. They thought I was going to start a war. Let me tell you something. I'm going to stop World War III, because we're closer to World War III than we've ever been since.
It is kind of crazy times we're living in.
I will seal the border and stop the invasion of millions of people pouring into our country illegally.
What's up, Benjamin?
We will totally defeat, and we will do this quickly. We will defeat inflation, and together we will bring back the American dream for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We will bring it back, the American dream. You don't even hear the statement American dream anymore. You don't hear those words anymore. We used to talk about the American dream. A lot of you people are in the American dream, but you're going to be crushed if you don't elect me. I hate to tell you.
Oh, he's going to look cocky with that.
Crushed. You're going to say, Alice, what a mistake it was. We went for a person who has no talent. She's been a failure at almost everything she's done instead of Trump. And look at us now. We're going to move into an extremely small house from our beautiful house. But we will end the war on American energy, and we will very simply drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill. What about mine for Bitcoin?
What we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation in the world, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. We don't use it. We don't use it. They use it. We don't use it. We go out and buy oil from Venezuela. It's amazing. But we won't stop there. We will harness American energy in all forms. I have set the ambitious goal.
I hope Elon pulls up in a Cybertruck.
The United States will be the #1 lowest cost of energy and electricity of any nation.
He's going to have.
We can make it
I don't think Elon's there.
Because of what we have under our feet, we can make it so inexpensively. And with low energy costs, America will become the world's undisputed Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You'll be a Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You will not.
Let's go, Bitcoin miners. I see you.
You will not be moving to China. As we implement these reforms, Bitcoin and crypto will grow our economy, cement American financial dominance, and strengthen our entire country long into the future. Many Americans do not realize that the United States government is among the largest holders of Bitcoin. Does anyone know that?
They're going to sell it off. They're corrupt. Mark my words. Someone clip it up.
210,000 Bitcoin, or 1% of the total supply that will ever exist. But for too long, our government has violated the cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart. Never sell your Bitcoin, right? That's right, isn't it, huh? That's
Mark
right.
my words, filthy.
How did I figure that one? Never sell your Bitcoin. And so, as the final part of my plan today, I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please.
Run it
This
up!
will serve in effect as the core of the strategic
He ain't saying he gonna buy.
national Bitcoin stockpile. As you know, most of the Bitcoin currently held by the United States government was obtained through law enforcement action. You know that. They took it from you. Let's take that guy's life. Let's take his family, his house.
Well, who knows? They could have been.
Bitcoin, we'll turn it into Bitcoin. It's been taken away from you because that's where we're going now.
Some of them could have been criminals. There could have been some stuff there that needed to be taken.
And so as I take steps to transform that vast
I don't even know if he should have said that.
national asset to benefit all Americans, today I repeat my pledge to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. It's enough. It's enough.
What are they saying?
That's where we are as a country. Ultimately, my promise to each and every one of you is this: I will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president that America needs and our citizens deserve. This will be one industry, but this will be a thriving industry, a great industry, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for every other industry also. Our nation has never thrived by trying to censor new ideas and shut down the dreams of our people. America always plants our flag on the next frontier and pushes boldly ahead. We have to do that. We haven't been doing that for a long time, especially the last 3.5 years. It's gone the exact opposite. Those of you in this room inherit the legacy of
he's already came out and said that about Project 25.
Risk takers and renegades who settled this continent, built the modern world, and lived on the bleeding edge. You live on a bleeding edge. You do know that, Bitcoiners, don't you? You are the modern-day Edisons and Wright brothers and Carnegies and Henry Fords, and what you do in your lifetime stands a chance to outlive us all and inspire humanity for generations to come. This will go down as a very important day in the history of your industry. Together, you are building America's future with your own smarts, your own grit, and your own skin in the game. You have a lot of skin in the game, and that's what you're doing. It takes courage to do it. Most people don't have that courage. My job will be to set you free and to let you do what Americans do best and what you're going to do better than anybody. Win, win, win. You're going to win, win, win.
We're going to win, chat.
With energy, passion, and brilliance like we have.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Our country cannot fail. We're in a failing nation right now, but we're not going to be for long. Our country cannot fail. With your help, we will save our nation, we will restore our republic, and we will make America and Bitcoin bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before. Thank you all. Have a good time with your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with.
What? What did Brown say?
On earth. Good luck and God
Got
bless
the
you.
stream
All.
off.
God bless you. Thank you.
It's not that kind of stream around here, chat. Not playing with anything else. Video game controllers is it?
Nashville, speaking for about a little less than 50 minutes right there, as he is now going to travel.
I think he did good, but that little thing about they're taking your Bitcoin, could have been some criminals they took the Bitcoin from, but some of them probably were decent people. I don't think he should have said that, but everything else was pretty cool. I think it was okay.
It is rebounding.
I think it was good for crypto.
Now, all the articles.
What's your thoughts, chat? Let's see that hate and the love for Trump in the chat. Let us know who you're voting for.
Into the evening, into the morning hours.
I love you regardless who you're voting for, chat. Just let us know. Let's see. What are y'all thoughts?
Elon Musk would be there with Donald
He's not there. He was not there. Elon was not there.
As well. So
big rumor, big lie.
What the articles are that come from this Big conference happening there in Nashville. We are going to take a 2-minute break. Stay right here with us.
2-minute break, bro. We got 2 minutes.
On live now from Fox as we are showcasing.
That's not the Bitcoin conference. That's a Trump rally.
Donald Trump in Minnesota.
Oh, he's in Minnesota. Okay.
Is already there.
Oh, dang, he's got to fly out now.
To kick off until about 8 p.m. Eastern.
Glenn! We're in a commercial break. This half hour is going to be sponsored by Adult Depends. Do you want to continue doing what you're doing but don't want to stop to go use the bathroom? Then you need Adult Depends. Use code BASICS at checkout to save 10%. I'm totally just trolling. Or are we? All right, I love y'all, chat. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back with some probably trucking content for an hour, and then we'll do some X-Define or some other games later. That was pretty good. Wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but you got to set your expectations low and just hope for the best. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. And, yeah, have a good one if I don't see you later. Thank you for watching the live stream. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Come hang out. Watch some of our content.